What's up, guys? You're watching Hey That's Awesome, and my name is Michael, and today we're talking about the very best way to make pizza at home, and the one tool you absolutely have to make that pizza at home. Let's go. Okay, so before I talk about the tool you have to have, I just want to say for years I tried to make really good pizza at home and could not do it. I failed over and over again, from with my Mama Jean using Chef Boyardee kit pizza with just a sheet pan, to using something like this that has holes in it, to breaking like 5 or 6 different baking stones over and over again, to the point where I just thought I was never going to be able to make really good pizza at home. Then enters the baking steel. This is not sponsored by them, but this is a public service announcement so that everyone can know if they want to make really good pizza at home, you have to have something like this. If it's not a baking steel, it has to be steel, has to be at least a 1/4 inch thick, because what steel does is it gets hotter. What steel does is it creates an environment that's 18 times hotter than using a baking stone, and it's exactly what you need. You need that hot surface to make that light, crispy, airy crust. I'm gonna show you how I make it from start to finish. Here we go. Okay, so you wanna start off with 3 cups bread flour. You can use 2 cups bread flour, 1 cup double O flour. I've had really good success with just using bread flour. 1 teaspoon sugar, 1 teaspoon salt, and then 1 teaspoon of active dry yeast. And blend it up until like around 4 minutes or so on the lowest setting. Your mixer will go with 1 1/3 cup of water. It's very important. 1 1/3 cup water, 3 cups flour. Transfer it once it's mixed up to a separate bowl, and with a lot of olive oil in it, like around a tablespoon or 2. You want to really coat that bowl and then let it rest for around 2 hours or so until it's doubled in size. The sauce that I use is insanely simple. You just want to buy some really good tomatoes, preferably imported from Italy, and then around a teaspoon of salt and a little bit of olive oil. Blend it up so that there's no like big chunks in it. That's what I like to do. And that's really all you need to do. I also like to add a few slices of garlic to give it a little bit of garlic taste, but not too much. I found when I mince garlic, it's just overpowering and all you taste is the garlic. Once it's had a chance to rise for around 2 hours or so, I let mine rise too much here. It like tripled in size. You want it to double in size, so just watch it closely. I like to coat the surface that I'm working on in oil just to make it a little easier to work with. I use the Trader Joe's coconut oil there, and cut it into 3 parts using a bench scraper. So once you've separated it into 3 separate sections there, very important, you want to fold that dough in on itself and then form it into a ball. If you don't fold it in and really kind of close those seams, you won't get those kind of rustic, beautiful like pockets of air coming up in your pizza once it's cooked up. And very important, you'll just have a very flat pizza if you don't do that step. Let them rest for another like 30 minutes or so. You can put them in the fridge, you can put them really anywhere, but I like to put mine in the fridge. It makes them a little bit easier to work with. And once you get them out of the fridge, just very gently take them and let the dough kind of spread itself out. Let it stretch itself out. If you try to do the stretching, you'll wind up with holes, you'll wind up with a kind of wonky dough, and you don't want that. So just kind of gently press it, but don't press it too hard. And again, just let that dough stretch itself. Also very important here, you want to flour that pizza peel you're working on and only work on the pizza peel. And you want to be able to do that right there. If you can't slide around your dough on the pizza peel, you're gonna have an impossible time actually getting it into the oven, and that step is very crucial to have a successful baking steel moment. So if you can't slide that pizza from this step on, again, here's another example of the sliding the pizza on the pizza peel. Even after the toppings are on there, you want to work fast once the toppings are on there, because the dough tends to get a little more sticky and wet, and then it won't slide on the pizza peel directly onto the baking steel. I can't express how important this step is. If you can't slide that pizza around, you will never have success making pizza. So going from that step to the baking steel, there it is. That's exactly what you want to happen. You want to slide right off the peel onto the steel. There's a rhyme so you can remember. I cook at 525 for around 7 minutes or so, and you want that baking steel on like the top or the next to top rung there. And there's the finished pizza you saw there. I'll show you another one here in a second. But another pizza going onto the baking steel. You can see the position of the steel there, and you want it higher. It works better when it's higher. And there's a finished crust there I'm very proud of. And as you see how like the crust that I was working with there, it really kind of like had this beautiful texture on the top and on the bottom, and that's what you want it to look like. So that's the short, quick, and dirty just recipe on how I make pizza from home. And any questions you have, let me know in the comments, and anything you disagree with, let me know as well. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. That is how I make pizza using the baking steel. You should get a baking steel if you're serious about making good pizza at home. You will not regret it, I promise you. It's a little pricier than other things that are out there, but it will pay off in spades, and you will love making pizza at home. So any comments, questions, hit us up in the comments below, and we'll get back to you right away, and look forward to the discussion. So see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Hey, that's awesome.